Hey guys, Akraletta here on day 7 of NaNoWriMo. So this is the week mark. 1 week. Oh my gosh. So I've been home from work for a couple of hours now, or coming up on 2 hours now. And so far I have eaten pizza, drank a couple of cups of tea and read fanfiction. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm really tired and I am quite worried that I'm going to make myself burn out if I keep staying up really late and getting up really early and kind of burning the candle at both ends. I am going to spend just 1 hour writing today. I'm going to bed properly early and then I'm going to get up at a reasonable hour tomorrow and get a really good run at the day and write pretty much all day long. I know my mom's probably going to tell me to clean my room because it is really messy, but other than that, the plan is to stay here in front of my laptop and work. So yeah, I think that this is important to do from time to time when you have a big project, because I don't want to get to the point where I resent it, where it becomes a chore. I want it to stay something fresh, something exciting, something fun to do. I know that tomorrow I'm going to be kicking myself because my word count is really suffering at the moment, but I don't think it's gone so bad that it's not salvageable. I just think I need to let my brain kind of calm down a little bit. So that's why it's fanfiction and pizza time. It's just been a really long week, basically. It actually feels like it's been longer than a week. I could it feels more like 10 days rather than a week. And I think that's because I'm fitting so much in right now. And I really do love that. I love when I have loads on so that it feels like I'm accomplishing several days worth in 2 days. Or, 10 days worth of work into 7 days. I really love that feeling. I really love how accomplished it makes me feel. But it also makes me feel really, really, really tired. And I just don't want to hate this project. I don't want to feel helpless, because I know if I start writing now, I'm going to struggle a little bit if I try to make the word count. Like, I'm really not going to be able to. At the moment, I kind of know myself well enough at this stage that it's not much of a goer today. So, in order for this not to have been a waste of a day, I will write a couple of 100 words, but I'm only aiming for about 300 words for today, so that I'm still writing every day, I'm still keeping up the habit, but I'm not putting myself under any pressure at the moment, because I'm kind of at that point where I don't want to break under the pressure. Because I'm fine under pressure up to a point, but once I hit that breaking point, I break hard. And I don't want tomorrow's video to be me telling you guys that no, I'm not doing it anymore, because that would be a mistake. And I think while I am quite anxious about getting all this done and getting the writing okay, I need to be fair to myself a little bit. So I know that's kind of shitty, and I know that you guys really are rooting for me, and I do appreciate that, and I do love you for it, but I think I just kind of need the evening off. So because work was hectic as hell. It wasn't too strenuous because I was only on tills, I wasn't on the customer service desk, but it was a lot of people in work, and it just made life more than a little hard. So instead, in order that you guys don't feel completely left out, that I'm not like sharing all the stuff that I'm doing and everything else, instead I'm going to read another little mini excerpt from the book, so that I'm still sharing a little bit, and you guys seem to like the bit that I read out. I don't as much. You guys seem pretty impressed, but I do hold myself up to some pretty high standards, but it's just I have a different vision for this book. I'm not happy with the voice at the moment. For a first draft, I'm quite pleased, but it's not as polished as I'd like. So perhaps you guys will think I'm being really hard on myself, but I just mean it's not as polished. It's not as finished a product as I'd like. But for a first draft, it's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't say pleased, but I'm all right with it the way it is. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to pick up where I left off, and just kind of do another page in a bit or so out of the introduction. So, getting the wheel out of the water was going to be difficult with just two to lift her. Father had rejected the idea of getting someone from the village to help us, as he didn't want to shake their faith in us or our produce. I supposed he was right. I also didn't want them to question how well we managed to repair the wheel in one day. I didn't share this fear with Father. Using a thick rope thrown over the protruding rafter of the mill itself, we winched the wheel up out of the water once we had walked it tediously off the axle. Father held the rope taut, giving only what slack I needed, while I walked the wheel to the water's edge. He gently walked his hands down the rope as I held the wheel on her slow descent onto her side. Once she lay there safely, we walked around to examine the injury. One of the wheel arms was fractured a number of times. One of them went all the way to the hub, and the bucket attached was splintered all to bits. The hub was the only thing keeping it from separating into long bits of kindling. My father let out a strangled growl when he saw the extent of the damage. We carefully spread the thick and pungent glue between the cracks of the wood, using a long spatula knife that we used for fishing loaves out of the back of the oven. Once the gaps were filled with the glue, we placed long oaken planks on either side of the arm, and used every C-clamp we owned to hold it all together. "Alright, I think that's probably the best we can do right now," Father said, stretching out his back. "Let's get some dinner into us. We can check on herself in the morning." "What's for dinner then?" I asked, agreeing that we'd done all the repair work we could. "She can be healed in the night." Father looked at me at the corner of his eye and snorted. "I don't know. What are you cooking?" He arched an eyebrow. I shouldered him as we walked. "Well, I don't know what you're having, but I'll probably fix myself some sausage stew," I taunted him with his favourite meal. "I've got some thyme and rosemary drying in my room." "What have I done to deserve such a cruel child?" He placed a hand on his heart in mock sadness as he walked up the steps to our front door. "Oh, the gods are cruel indeed." "It's true. I am an abomination and a disgrace before the gods and men," I said gravely, pretending to be joining in his banter, but feeling the sting of the words for their truth all the same. "That's the spirit," he said, with what might have been a laugh on another day. His boots tramped up the house and to his bedroom. He'd washed and changed there. I stopped at the rainwater barrel at the front door, washed my hands and face, and headed into the kitchen to start on dinner. So, that little bit is just kind of to give, I don't know, a bit of an insight into Aura as a person and also her father, and kind of set up their kind of relationship with one another, and how it's kind of bantery and lighthearted and everything else. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. I'll update later on after I've done a bit of writing and everything else. And yeah, sorry that today's a bit meh, but I just needed pizza and fan fiction, so sorry. Alright, talk to you in a bit. Hey guys, so I've written my 300 words, and it's mostly fluff and description because while I kind of know the general area that the book is heading towards, I kind of know where I'm going. I just don't know what the first step is. Well, no, I know what the first several steps is. I don't know what the next little micro step is. So I'm kind of hoping to work that out, or hoping it'll come to me in a dream, or hoping I'll wake up in the morning and my percolator will have come up with something. So yeah, in the meantime, I am going to make myself my nighttime cup of tea and get my ass into bed. So I will talk to you guys bright and shiny in the morning.